Hello my lovelies and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about one of my favorite topics, trends, which might come as a little bit of a surprise considering how obsessed I am with my capsule wardrobes and building a long-lasting classic wardrobe. However, I actually find that trends just bring so much joy to getting dressed and just helps me really enjoy fashion in general. Obviously, as we all know, trends are not all created equal, so I really take my time and consider what trends I add into my wardrobe. It's not just adding whatever, and I wanted to share what I have already bought of trends and what I am planning on buying for spring and summer 2025. I am so excited to share them all with you. But before we get started on the trends, I want to share something that I have been missing for years. I didn't know I needed this, but I so desperately did. I am a notorious side sleeper. I cannot train myself to sleep on my back, and it just means that I wake up with those sleep wrinkles you get when you sleep on your side and your face just gets squished into the pillow. And I've been trying to sort of shape my pillow and fold it and make it do everything just so I wouldn't squish my face. And I honestly didn't know something like this existed, and I have been needing it and I didn't know it. So this is the Sleep and Glow Omnia pillow. This is designed so it doesn't squish your face and give you those sleep wrinkles and puffiness in the morning. It has such a clever design. So you can see on both sides it has that little cradle here, which means that you have space for your face. So it supports the top and the bottom, and then the middle part is hanging free, so it's not being squished whatsoever. So I'll try to show you here. Maybe take the headband off. It supports the top here and the bottom, and then everything here is free and nothing is getting squished. I have been using this for a little while now and I absolutely love it. So I wanted to also share, it comes with this little foam insert that you can put at the bottom if you want to build up the pillow. I have not personally needed the insert, but I think it's really good that they provide it, so you have a little bit more customizability. And I'll be completely honest, when I started using this for the first couple of nights, I actually felt, I wouldn't say it was uncomfortable, but when I woke up, I just felt a little bit like it was a bit unusual in my body, like I was almost a little bit stiff. It just took some getting used to because it's such a different sleeping position than what my old pillows had. But within a few nights, I got completely used to it, and now I really struggle to go back to my regular pillows because this is just a much better support. This is designed by orthopedists to support your neck and spine properly. I didn't quite realize how quickly I got used to this pillow because I am traveling soon, and I just realized that I probably need to bring this with me because I don't want to go back to other pillows. That is how attached I am to this. And there is actually science behind this. Sleep and Glow did clinical research in a dermatology clinic in Barcelona with really impressive results. After just 3 months, 87% showed a reduction in wrinkles. It really reminds me of how many hours I spent sleeping, and I'd rather not have those hours spent squishing my face. And as we know, when it comes to skincare and health in general, prevention is the best cure, and I am so happy that I have found this. Oh, and a quick side note, I would highly recommend the silk pillowcase as well. You do get a pillowcase when you buy it, but getting the silk one is just really so much nicer on your skin, and I swear it makes the biggest difference to your hair in the morning as well. If you want to try it, I do have a discount code for you, so Sandra S in one word. I will put that in the description box as well. That will give you $15 off the pillow or blanket and 10% off the rest of the product. I will leave the link in the description box so you can go check it out. Oh, and they do have a 20-night money back guarantee, so it's not a huge risk if you're a little bit on the fence about it. So with that, let's get on to some of the trends. I'll put my headband back on because it is the only way I can get the face out of my hair, the hair out of my face. I have reached that stage where the hair is the most annoying length. I've gone about 5 months, I think, since my last haircut, and from when I last went 5 months without cutting my bob, it is the most annoying length. So I'm really at the point where I need to decide whether I'm going to just grow it out or cut it again. And I feel like even if I do grow it out, I'm just going to want to cut it again soon. So, you know, there we are. Dilemmas. let's move on to the rail. And the way I like to do these videos is that I talk about the trends I really love and also some that I particularly don't love. But mostly I want to focus on trends that I will be buying, things I've already bought within that trend and why I want to wear them. I don't think it would be very productive for me to just list off all the trends. There are so many and I think a lot of them are very not the best. So I focus on things that I feel like have a little bit of longevity and are the best wardrobe investments long term, not just for a micro trend, which we really don't love to do. The first trend I want to talk about is definitely one that has longevity and one that is super, super classic. You can't go wrong with this trend, whether you're into trends or not, and that is basics. Yes, that is it. That is the trend. And I think this is such a good one for very obvious reasons. And I love that we have moved into a trend picture where basics make up trends in a way. I think that is just fantastic. So obviously things like just investing in really great white t-shirts, a really great jeans, and just focusing on the fit of it and the quality and making sure that you get the best that you can. And I wanted to also talk about one trend sort of within this trend. We have a couple of these in this video. Again, you do have those super plain basic tank tops, so if you want something really, really simple, go for that. But I love that we're seeing a lot of more elevated and sort of a little bit extra tank tops as well. So while this is less plain and basic, I don't think it's super scary trend-wise. I think it's still something that has longevity to it. I have this tank top right here. I've talked about this a lot already. This is from Lily Celtic. I love the details here. Things like a knitted tank top. This is in silk, so you have a little bit of that sort of sheen to it as well. But this is just giving me sort of 90s, a little bit Ralph Lauren. I think it is so good. It comes in more neutral colors as well. The next trend might be my absolute favorite. It's difficult. I feel so strongly about all of these trends. I think they are so good. But the next trend is suede, and that includes faux suede as well, depending on your budget and how you feel. I think it is such an interesting texture and it just adds so much to an outfit. I love, love, love the suede trend. Definitely a material that feels very natural for autumn. It was very trendy last autumn and it just is a continuation of that, really. I love it and I have found so much use for it for spring, actually. I just think that it's a fantastic way of really softening up outfits when the weather is also getting a little bit warmer. Adding accessories in suede, I think, is a great way of incorporating this trend throughout the warmer weather. Now, I have a couple of pieces within this trend that I have already bought. I have a feeling there will probably be more, but let's take a look at it. I have this little faux suede miniskirt from H&M. I think this is really good. I have gone for fairly neutral shades when it comes to suede, just because I think it's a little bit easier to style, but whatever your style is. And then I obviously have to mention my jacket that I can't shut up about, the one I bought for Massimo Dutti recently, this suede leather jacket. I love it, love it, love it. It was definitely not the cheapest, but I do think it is so worth it. I have worn it a ton already and I get so many compliments on it. And they do this in a lighter suede as well, like a light tan if you want something for summer. I think going for a lighter color is a great way of incorporating this trend, but I love dark brown, and because I wanted to buy only one, I didn't want to overload, I decided to go for the color I felt like I could get the most wear out of, just my favorite color, and just ignore the season a tiny little touch. But I think I will be adding a tan suede handbag for summer. I just think it is such a beautiful material. I have seen the Coach Brooklyn handbag in suede in that perfect tan shade and I want it so much, but I have recently bought a new Coach Brooklyn bag in a different material, so I feel like maybe I need to go for a different model. If you have anything to recommend, please do let me know. And yet another item for my suede trend list of things that I have. A suede shoe was definitely on my must-have list, but I say this a lot. If you can add a trend through an accessory, I think that is always the best bet if you're not sure how long it's going to last. That way you can really get your cost per wear down, because I find that accessories are much easier to repeat wear a lot, and things like shoes I tend to wear out anyways, so I don't mind following trends when it comes to things I need to repurchase quite often anyways. The next trend is a really quick one, but one that I absolutely love, and it is these short sleeve cardigans or tops. And I say that because I've seen a lot of short sleeve cardigans like this, but I've also seen a lot of knit tops with shorter sleeves be quite popular. So for example, this one that I bought recently from Massimo Dutti, they're all knit and they're all short sleeve, but I particularly love these short sleeve cardigans. They're so cute and I think it's really great for spring. So I'm not sure how long this trend is going to stay, if I'm being honest, but it's still not something that is so incredibly specific and out there that I don't plan on wearing this piece for as long as it will hold on. This is absolutely one of my favorite purchases this year. I love it so much. And this also touches on the pink trend that we've been seeing. The pink has been a little bit more soft and muted, but I'm still going to count it as checking the box for hitting 2 trends in one piece. The next trend is another one I love. Obviously, I love all of these because I have bought them. But a trend that is really big this year is tailoring, and if you have been on my channel for any amount of time, you know I love my tailored pieces. Love, 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 love. And I love that we're seeing a slightly more sort of relaxed take on the tailoring, like more low waist, obviously not super low waist, but just even mid-rise, and things that are a little bit more low slung and really sort of relaxed, more unstructured as well while still being tailored. I think it's just such a beautiful take on the trend. Doesn't really mean that it's easy, I don't think, because it still needs to be tailored in the right places. Like if you have a blazer and it's not tailored in the shoulders, it's just going to look sloppy. But if it's tailored in the shoulders and a bit more loose through the body, that can look really cool and sort of relaxed. So although I think this looks effortless and really good and relaxed and kind of easy, I don't necessarily think it is. Just as an example, obviously some of my favorite pieces, my linen tailored trousers from Arket. I think this trend, as with the first one, is all about having well-made, high-quality clothes to make it really look good and work. And one thing that I am planning on adding is a waistcoat. And oh my goodness, why is it so difficult to get the right waistcoat? I have tried probably 5, 6, 7 already, and there is always something that is a little bit off. I think the fit with those is so, so, so important, but I will keep looking because I think it is such a cool piece and it pairs it really well with sort of casual basics to just add in that slight tailoring trend. This trend is very new to my wardrobe and I am loving it. So I have bought one skirt that really exemplifies this. I want to call it kind of drapey volume. I think that is the easiest way to describe this trend. And one piece that I recently bought with this trend in mind is this skirt from Massimo Dutti. If you saw my most recent haul, you know how much I fell for this skirt. It's completely new to my wardrobe, not something I have whatsoever, and I have fallen head over heels in love with it. It just works so well with other basics, and it even works really beautifully with knitwear for contrast in texture. And what I really love about, well, this skirt and the trend in general is that it's such a statement without being anything other than what it is. It's just big and floaty, and it just is so beautiful. I absolutely love this trend, and it's also a good example of why I love also taking a peek at the trends and not just trying to ignore them completely in favor of having a classic wardrobe, because I just have so much fun discovering new pieces. And trust me when I say I am planning on wearing this skirt for years to come. I do not care if sort of drapey volume is no longer trending. I will be wearing this because I feel amazing in it, which I definitely think is how trends should be used. And we have sort of a little bit of a trend within a trend situation. I saw a lot of really big shirts that were unbuttoned. This sounds so silly, let me explain. These are a little bit more oversized, these shirts right here, and I think the key is to have something, these are in silk, so they drape really beautifully and they fall it just is really feminine and really sort of soft, I think, which is key. So it's not about having really bulky volume, it's all about that sort of soft drape. They're not really buttoned, but they're sort of tucked into the bottom to get that really beautiful drape in it. Again, I almost feel like this is going back to the sort of more loose tailoring trend as well sometimes, or quite often really. You see several of these trends really blend a little bit into each other, that like they go very well together. And I just wanted to mention that because I think whenever you find a trend that is about restyling something you already have and not really buying something new, I don't tend to treat trends as going out and buying a whole new wardrobe. That's just a recipe for disaster. But especially when you find something that is just about restyling what you have, I think that is so good and so much fun, and it just gives so much inspiration. So I definitely wanted to mention that here. I think this is really beautiful, and I'm probably going to wear a tank top underneath just in case it comes undone. And if not, I will probably wear fashion tape or something, just because I'm not willing to sacrifice flashing people for a trend. It's a bit much, just a bit much. Now, let's talk about color, because color is always trending, and I love it because it's a great way of sort of feeling like you are participating in a trend in a way that has a lot of longevity, because you can keep wearing those pieces after. It's not often that I have had a piece and thought I can't wear that anymore because that color is not trending anymore. So I do love it for that reason alone. Like, we've seen a lot of Bordeaux last year. I bought quite a few pieces in it. I love them all. I love them still. And I definitely don't feel like, oh, this isn't the trendy color. Well, to be fair, it's still fairly trendy, but it's not like I feel like, oh, now I need to replace these with a new trending color. So this year we have seen a lot of different greens. I was going to say khaki green, then there's olive green, and then there is sort of like apple green, pistachio green. I've seen so many, but I definitely feel like we are seeing a lot of more muted greens, really. And with everything I have been sharing on my channel for the last few months, it should come as absolutely no surprise that I love khaki green. I love it, love it, love it. And for me, it's more about just deciding on a couple of colors, because you know I love to wear a monochromatic outfit. And I just think it's so much easier to add a top, a bottom, and an accessory in one color instead of adding 3 different tops in 3 different colors and then trying to match them with other trending bottoms. And it just is a little bit like, I try to go easy and simple. I have this handbag that is from RSVP Paris, and this kicked off my entire sort of olive green, khaki green, whatever muted green obsession. And then obviously I have a skirt to go with the tank top from before. So I do have that monochromatic outfit in a season appropriate fabric. And I do think it's really great because it's so neutral. It's really, really easy to style with the rest of my wardrobe. I think something like the pink, which is definitely trending as well, like the light baby pink. And I do have a couple of items, so I've kind of decided on staying away from adding more in that trend and just using what I have, because I'm trying to pick and choose a little bit and not just add everything. Another trend is really just a continuation of the brown that was really trending last year. Brown is still trending, that's it. That's the whole news article. Brown is still here, and obviously I was obsessed with it last year. I still am. I obviously just added the brown polo top here, the brown suede jacket. The brown is continuing, and that is just an absolute intense love, and I really don't hope we go back to black being the main, because I love just having dark brown instead. I think it is so beautiful. It's such a great neutral, and I think that is a trend where it was very obvious that it was so difficult to find compared to what it is now. And I see a lot of accessories or clothes that are only sold in dark brown, whereas a black used to be the go-to safe color. And I think it is so good. I love it. It's so much softer. It's just beautiful. I think it goes really well with my hair. So personally, I just really love it. Now, there is one color trend I haven't talked about. It feels like the elephant in the room because I have nothing of this color, and I really don't know how I feel about it. Butter yellow, buttermilk yellow. It's that really, really pale yellow. And I am conflicted about this because I feel like this is going to look terrible on me, which is why I haven't even tried any of it on. But I love it. I am definitely influenced by all of the trends and everything I am seeing. I think it is absolutely beautiful. It looks so good on so many people. I just have a very strong suspicion I am not one of those people, and I'm feeling a little bit strange. Like, I've seen a lot of people do the buttermilk yellow tip as a French tip, and I can't help but feel like it makes your nails look like you have been smoking since you were a baby. And I think it's really fascinating. I honestly kind of love it how trends influence how we see something because it looks good and people love it and so many people do it. I would love to hear what you think about the buttermilk yellow trend. I have one last trend to talk about, and that is going to be a handbag trend, and I haven't made a purchase here yet. I really want to, I just haven't found the right one yet. Or I have and it's sold out. Story of my life. Anyways, the East-West handbags, the really slim, long line handbags, especially the ones with a longer drop that you put on your shoulder. I honestly feel like this might be one of those things where it's the most powerful in that you could put it on and feel like your outfit is on trend immediately, which might not make it the most classic thing you could put in your wardrobe. It might mean that it could feel a little bit dated in not too long. That is definitely a risk we take. But I've said this many times, when it comes to adding trends, if you want something that is, you're not sure how long the trend is going to last and if it's a classic enough piece that it's going to have longevity in your wardrobe, always add it into your accessories. I think that is the best place because you can get so much wear out of it. As opposed to if you, for example, buy a very trendy top and you only end up wearing it 3 times because you felt like it was too much of a statement piece to repeat wear every single day, and you just felt a little bit like it was a little bit difficult to style with everything else you had. Accessories are definitely the way to go in my book. Now, for the sort of long horizontal shaped handbags that I am very much influenced enough to look for and try to get this season, there are a few that I have been looking at. I don't think I want to spend designer money on this at the moment because I don't know if this is something that I'm going to love enough to keep wearing after the trend is dying down. But there are some really great sort of high street options as well. I still want something that is high quality. I did end up buying one from Massimo Dutti and I did kind of love it. It was a little bit more of a relaxed take on it. Again, it was in dark brown suede, very much on trend and a beautiful, very comfortable handbag. But I think I decided that I wanted something a little bit more structured. I'm trying to not end up with like 5 of these handbags before I find the one that I really love. Then I found what I think is the perfect one from COS and it's sold out. Of course it is. COS, why do you keep doing this to me? Please, please, please stop. I need this handbag. It comes in black and in white. It is stunning. So if you can get your hands on that, I've said this about COS handbags before. I mean, do it. Take a picture, tag me so I can at least joy the handbag on someone else. But I would buy that in a heartbeat, but since that is sold out, I keep looking. And Other Stories has one that is beautiful, but I'm just a little bit picky on the shape that I want. And for just a little bit more, the Coach Empire carryall, I think it's the 34. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. That is a very, very strong contender. I haven't quite settled on anything. If you know of anything that looks really similar, please do let me know because I need to add one of these handbags. I am itching for it. So that is definitely next up on my shopping list. Anyways, those are going to be all of the trends that I am buying and adding to my wardrobe now for summer. I'm super, super excited to keep wearing these and adding a couple more. I would love to hear which ones you are adding for the summer or even just for the year as well, and what trends you are absolutely loving at the moment. And again, thank you so much to Sleep and Glow for introducing me to the Omnia pillow. It has definitely changed my sleeping game. Don't forget to use my code SandraS if you are checking out any of their products. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day and I'll see you very shortly in the next video. Bye!